The third one is that working 3 days is a lot. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This is something I wish that I someone had really told me because in my head I always worked it out that 3 days is just 3 days and you have 4 days off. And when you tell other people, they're always like, hey, that's really nice. You only have to work 3 days a week and you have 4 days off. Like, well, you have so much time, right? And the answer is honestly no, at first at least, until you figure out the gist of it. Especially when you're starting off, you typically, for most people, will be starting off on a night shift, and so that's going to be very hard for you to balance your time, balance your sleep, balance just life in general. And so for the first year, your life literally is probably going to revolve around nursing, and that's something that I wish someone had told me to prepare for, because I had expectations that I would have time outside of work to work out, to sleep, to eat, to do all the other things and have more time than I thought in nursing school. But in reality, I just needed to focus more on my ability of resting, my ability to, do all the other things on top of that. In the first year, you're really just focusing on making sure you know how to be a nurse. And that takes effort, that takes time. And that's something you have to definitely enter in with some grace, because you're going to not have time for the things that you thought you had time for, like working out 4 days a week. And then, and your schedule is going to change because you're going from probably not working at all if you're in that season of finding a job to pretty much working 3 12s a week. And that's a transition that takes time, like anything else. And on top of that, everything is new. Everything is essentially new for you as a new grad. So all these experiences are going to be really tiring. You're going to be drained. You're going to be so exhausted after work that you are barely able to drive home because you're like nodding off. And you'll know what I mean when you start, like especially on night shift, that first like month just hits you because you're not used to it. You don't really know when to nap, when to sleep. You're trying to still figuring everything out, which brings me into the next one, that your life will revolve around nursing.